Warframe has now officially launched on the Nintendo Switch. It's easy to find, it's just in the marketplace. It may just take a while to download because it's not that small, and here's hoping that you have enough space left, otherwise you may need a memory card, but that's a whole different matter. The first thing I want to do though is mention and we'll jump to the website really quickly, account migration. The way that this works, and the best sentence of all, is right there. The PC account that you migrate will remain completely intact and playable after the migration on PC. It then goes on to mention that you can't migrate from console to console, so it's just from the PC to the Nintendo Switch. It will be for a limited amount of time, but keep in mind that what you don't take with you is basically just down here, and it just basically mentions any platinum that you have will not go with you, and the clan that you have made will not go with you, as well as some of the PC exclusive things. There's certain skins that were only available on PC, like there is for PlayStation 4 and Xbox. There will probably be some for the Switch as well. The founder pack, more than anything else, will not transfer over. The details of it will, so you might be able to go and see them, but you will never be able to use them on there. PC exclusive things will stay on the PC. They will not come over either, so platinum will not go with you, the clan will not go with you. Even if you are the clan owner, the clan will not go with you. So if you want to create your clan, you have to create it from scratch all over again, the same as you did if you migrated to the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox. But of course, if you do want to do this, you log into your account and just go to your account page, which is just account management, and it's just a case of clicking here, logging into your Nintendo account, and it will come up with this box here that says migration complete. That's it. That's the whole migration process. Because as you can see, all the instructions are here. A link to this will be in the description below, by the way, but unfortunately, after quickly looking at this, I cannot find a date of when this will end, but this will probably only run for a very short period of time. So if you want to do it, it is better to do it sooner rather than later. It will probably end sometime in December, and you won't be able to migrate after that. But in all honesty, if we actually go into some gameplay, I was, in all honesty, expecting this thing to be really bad. The limitations of the hardware of the Switch mean that just a lot of things won't work as they do on PlayStation 4, Xbox or PC, because even though I'm not touching the argument of which one is better, because everybody has their own personal preferences. You have console players who don't play on PC, and you have PC players who don't play on console, and then you just have people who play on all of them, who really just don't get involved in these arguments, so not touching it. But either way, all three of them have better hardware than the Switch. The Switch is designed more of a, if you want to pick it up out of the dock and go and play with it, you can. It's more of a portable device, so the hardware in it is not up to the standards of the rest of them. So expecting it to be really bad backfired. It actually turned out to run pretty smoothly in comparison to what was expected, and the controls, considering the A and the B, sorry, the B and the A, is different to the Xbox, which is A-B, not B-A like it is on there, the same as the X and the Y is Y and X. And then you've got the the PlayStation controller that is what? Triangle, square, X, cube? No? One am I missing? Triangle, square, X, circle. Well, that's all four. Kind of right the first time round. They're different on every single one, so I kind of expected the controls to be some next level weird, unusable thing, and turns out after 20 or 30 minutes playing it, it wasn't that different to the rest of them. I mean, yeah, the PlayStation and the Xbox, if you ignore the actual buttons you're pressing, they're pretty much exactly the same. They just feel differently in your hands, so it's basically the same thing. If you have the Pro controller, it's just like using any other console. If you use the Joy-Cons, it's pretty much the same thing. If you have that connector thing in the middle, it just feels like another controller. If you're using them separately, yeah, I still have never gotten used to that, and I've had this thing since it launched, because I've got it for bloody Zelda, and yeah, even though that game was a lot of fun, every video I made for that got deleted, by the way, just as they always do, because there's that many of them, there's just no point. But for this, I tried with the Joy-Cons, it actually wasn't that weird feeling. I tried it with the Joy-Cons in the bit in the middle, same thing, wasn't that weird feeling. And the Pro Controller, well, if you've got the money for one of those, then yeah, that probably feels more like the rest of them, but it was when you take it out of the dock and start to walk around with it that you realise it actually works undocked and portable just as well as it did when it's connected to the dock and connected to the TV. The only real issue is it's an online only game. You can create a hotspot using your mobile phone if you have a mobile phone to go with it, and walk around. You can actually stay online. If you go offline for any reason, it will kick you from a mission. Because it's solely done online. As long as you're online when you hit the end of the mission, you may get lucky and it might not kick you out, but more than likely it'll just kick you out and you'll end up losing everything you've done in that mission. So the portable side of it really isn't that enticing, just simply because it is a solely 100% online game. There is no real offline side of it, so if you can stay connected to the internet, portable is perfectly fine, but if you get out of range of your internet, things will go bad pretty quickly. Without even getting into the fact that they actually launched this not with the expected 23.10 that the other consoles have, but with 23.5, a more stable build, which is probably why it works so well, because it has a more stable build. Fortuna, yes, this will probably come to Xbox and PlayStation 4 before the Switch. We can all hope it's going to go on all three at the same time, but more than likely it'll go there, and there'll be a lot of updates for the Switch version anyway when all of the little bugs and stuff come out, because it is freshly launched. It is going to have a few bugs, but at least having a stable build to go from should mean that there's less of them, because the port to Switch, it is actually working ridiculously well. Then there are little things like it launched accidentally early on the European region when it was supposed to launch at 11 AM ET, not, what was it, like 11 o'clock in Europe? Pretty much nearly over 12 hours earlier than expected, but once you complete Vor's Prize, which is the first quest, it's basically the tutorial, until the 4th of December, so if you finish it before then, you will be given for free the starter pack, which is 50,000 credits, a 3-day affinity booster, and a Roken reactor, a Roken catalyst, and a former for free as a welcome to our game from the developers. There's not many people that do things like this, which is why I kind of like the game so much. I mean, it's not 100% perfect in comparison to the other ones. You do start to notice some things graphical wise are missing, not there, or just simply don't look right. But once you realise that you're playing it on a completely different console, and you should not be judging it by what it can do on bigger, better, more fancy hardware like the PlayStation and the Xbox or a PC. Of course, depending on the PC you have. If you've got an older PC, then yeah, it's still probably better than the hardware that's inside of the Switch. It's not an amazing hardware. It is not an amazing console by any standards, but it does extremely well what it was designed to do, and that is be a portable gaming device that you can connect to a TV and enjoy like a full-on console. And even though I will probably not use this that much in its portable state, I have never, well, a lie, there's been a few times checking up on things and using that bike, well, hang on, that's a spoiler. you'd playing the DLC for... Actually, I can't even say it because that would be a spoiler as well, and after the other day, it's probably best that I don't do that again. If I can avoid it. Again, sorry, that stuff was not intentional. But honestly, it did work really well, and way better and smoother than it was expected to run, simply because of the limitations of the hardware of this cannot be overlooked. As I've said many times now, the hardware of the Switch is... Well, there are some phones out there that probably have better hardware in them than this. So, well, we all hope there's not going to be a phone version of it, judging by what happened with the whole Diablo fiasco. Because, yeah, we don't talk about that either. But honestly, I'm torn if I actually want to migrate my account to this. I probably will, solely for other reasons, because I didn't have a chance to do it on the PlayStation, and I regret not doing it on there because I didn't have one at the time. I regret doing it on the Xbox because I was looking forward to playing through it on the Xbox, but I do have the PlayStation in a spot where I'm happy with where I am, and I can do things in there without major problems. Starting all over again when you've done it 3 times already can be pretty boring, and getting back to the point where I am on the PlayStation, it took us 2 years over there, and I'm still only Mastery Rank 8, because I just don't play on the consoles that much. I mostly play on the PC. I was amazed to see how quick the loading times actually were on this. Again, it's mainly because of the limitations of the hardware, but mostly because, well, I didn't have big hopes for this. I was excited for it coming out and looking forward to trying to play it on a new platform and see how well it worked. But, well, how well it didn't work, if I'm really being honest here. But seeing that it worked really well and the loading times were actually pretty good was quite nice to see. And I'm looking forward to it, but I think I will be migrating my account over to it, but I will be doing so reluctantly because I really want to play through it on there, because it gives me an excuse to play it, but at the same time, it will take a long time to get to the point where I'm happy and I can just leave it there and then use it when I need to use it. So just to save me time more than anything else, and I really don't want to, but I probably will end up doing that. But anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.